Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Saturday, November 13th, 6:52 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. Of course, at bitcoindailyview.com. Got more for you there. Cryptocurrency this morning. Looking at the market in squares. As we can see, it's a bit of a mix of green and red. The market kind of has been dumping well, since about Friday, trending down a bit. Many things have been a little bit bursty also. So have some interesting alts that burst and now they're looking for a retrace. This might be an interesting weekend. Let's look at the numbers. It's not totally flat, but it ain't pumping either. Let's see what we're setting up to do. It's an interesting time to be alive. All right. Looking at the Bitcoin explicit trading volume across big exchanges, it's 3 billion, basically 3.9 billion. Really, of course, we want to be above 3 billion to have a good day. We're at 3.9 billion rolling into Saturday morning, and it's not really that early in the morning, or that late. It's 6:53, right about 7. Interesting time here. That's mountain time since we're in Arizona right now. And so 3.9 billion this time of the morning. I mean, the early morning traders have been up already. And of course, the ones that sleep in ain't up yet. So 2.2 billion on Binance, on Coinbase, 783 million. Not bad. Definitely seeing some retail trading volume for Bitcoin this morning. Not a lot, but also not so much that I'd be concerned about uh, an impending retrace. All right, so Binance, looking at Binance spot trading pairs, 24 billion, down 20% last 24 hours. You can see the 7-day graph here; it's trending down. So definitely we have declining volume as we roll into the weekend for spot trading. Uh, Let's look at derivatives here. We want to see at least 70 billion, 59 billion, down 20%. Okay, so looking at spot again, we're at 24 billion. Really would like to see 50 billion for a good day, but maybe we'll get some action. See this break 30 billion today. Let's see how it rolls. So for longs versus shorts on Binance, looking at Bitcoin, 77% long, 22% short. Okay. For Ethereum, it's at 71% long, 28% short. So definitely have a long bias for Bitcoin and Ethereum on Binance today, where all the volume is. Volume, like I say, Bitcoin trading volume, spot trading volume, not extraordinary, but also not profoundly crappy either this morning. And looking at the cryptoverse and squares, well, a mix of green and red. It's undecisive today. Let's look at some alts and see. Let's look at Bitcoin first and look at some alts and see what the market's doing. Now, Bitcoin, the 45-minute chart. Here's the big story. I mean, back on the 12th of November, we broke below the 200 moving average. We tried to find support on the 314. We're below that also right now. We're still within the RSI cave. We're not dumping that hard, but definitely we're seeing some, as you can see, we're seeing some, lack of strength here in Bitcoin. So indicators, directional index is all red, squeeze is red, KRI is in the red, stochastic RSI is in the middle. It's looking okay. Wait trend oscillator by Lazy Bear is showing more downside. If we look at a 4-hour chart for some greater perspective, we are definitely above the 200 moving average, which is nice to see. But we have our initial break above the 200 moving average back here on the 45-minute chart quite stoutly recently, which was back on October 1st. We were pumping for a bit and, testing the top of that RSI cave, and now we are just sideways, bump, 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 So interesting. You can kind of see, oftentimes wonder how orchestrated these things are. And if you look, it wouldn't surprise me if you've got, here's your range, basically. And, it would not surprise me if you've got your, professional whales here who are, buying down here, and then you got them up here. So these ranges are something I always kind of note. This has been going on for enough time that I think it has some validity to look at. So you're ranging sideways. Of course, we know every market is a manipulated market to some extent when it comes to big money playing their games, and that's totally fine. Just think like them and you'll make big money too. So got this range going sideways right now. Then I got right down here right at the bottom where the whales are buying. longing. Then up here, these occasional pumps up here where the whales are shorting. So right now we're right in the middle. What does concern me is here's the 10 moving average on the 4-hour chart. We really do not want to start challenging that and drop below it. The 4-hour chart right now, the indicators are in general looking pretty weak. Let's look at the wave oscillator by Lazy Bear. It's even crossed, well, actually, it tried to get a little perky earlier and had the wave oscillator cross above the signal, but it just could not quite do it. So with that said, it's weekend. Everybody chill. Bitcoin definitely. I really want to see, before I start getting aggressive in my trading with the alts, I always like to have Bitcoin on the short time frame, the 45-minute chart, be above the 20 moving average for at least 12 to 24 hours. That just in general tends to make more certainty as far as longing alts and Bitcoin. But right now, as you can see, if we measure this here, Bitcoin has been below 200 moving average going on now for 1 day, so 24 hours. So the longer we stay below, I tend to find the alts in general get weaker, and then the longer we're above, the alts in general get stronger. Of course, there always are outliers, and if you find them, good to go. So Bitcoin kind of flaccid going into the weekend, but overall not too awful. 4-hour charts holding in there. And of course, spot trading volume, it's all right, but not great. Bitcoin trading volume, all right, but not great. It's Saturday, if we can limp through this weekend, even just kind of staying sideways, that might make for an explosive Monday. Looking at Ethereum, I honestly like Ethereum's chart better than Bitcoin's. We broke above that 200 moving average way back on basically October 1st or October 2nd. Had this beautiful upwards trend. And what I like about this is where Bitcoin has a lot of volatility. As if where's my little thing? Where's that? Where it is, parallel channel. But I guess you could actually kind of get in here with Ethereum, and you could do a parallel channel here, and you could say, look at that, and of course it's staying within the RSI cave. Occasionally try to challenge the top of it. It's pushing. One thing I do like on the 4-hour chart here. If something keeps challenging the top of the RSI cave, but not the bottom, it tends to me to show some upwards push for sure. So Ethereum really is challenging the top of that RSI cave occasionally. It's got some real push to it. It's respecting the heartbeat here of the channel. It's a pretty strong chart. We're coming back down here to the bottom of the channel right now. Indicators are in general not looking that bad, definitely towards the downside, but not looking that bad. It would not surprise me if we get a bounce here. And, for me, I'm going to be watching that because I do this for a living, so I'm always after the gains. So if we can get a bounce off the bottom of this channel back to the heartbeat, that's like 7%. And that would be a sweet little trade for the weekend, I think. So Ethereum's chart not looking that bad. What I'm watching for is the ADX tangent to start turning up. Get some green here in the directional index. Also, squeeze indicator. I want to get back in the green. As soon as I see that, if we are bouncing off the bottom of that channel, I'm going to probably hop in ETH and make maybe some little gains. Nothing wrong with that. So ETH looking to me better as far as a tradable chart than Bitcoin at the moment for short-term gains. Looking at Shiba Inu on the 4-hour chart here, as you can see, we had our glorious burst up. It's looking good. If I look at this Fibonacci sequence, I think it matches pretty good. We've been flirting with this 618 to 650, that 618 golden pocket there. It's gone into it. It's bounced off it with a wick once. We're staying above the 200 moving average, really to burst like Shiba Inu did. And then also on the 4-hour chart to stay above the 200 moving average is not bad. We're going sideways. Once again, you can see, I'll get you guys out of here in just a minute. Don't want to keep you too long, but as you can see, you can kind of find kind of a consolidation pocket there. And of course, where are people buying? They're longing down here. I'm not even sure if you can short Shiba Inu, but they're shorting up here if you can. So anyway, I'm just watching. I think any visits to the 200 moving average, if I wanted to do some kind of a crazy, short-term trade, maybe I would maybe try to trade a bounce off that 200 moving average. If we got another, wick down, kind of like this. If I saw one of these moves coming in again, maybe I'd hop in that to make some quick gains. But, sometimes trying too hard is the perfect way to lose money, especially on a weekend when the volume is coming in low. Let's look at the 45-minute chart. Let's lose the fib sequence. Let's go back to all the cool indicators. And here's the problem with SHIB right now is that, darn it, sorry, is that we, in the 45-minute chart, as you can see, it's been a downtrend for a bit. We cannot quite get above that 200 moving average. It's trying on the 40. We do have some green directional index. Let's see if I can get the squeeze indicator to work. Yeah, there we go. Squeeze indicator showing a possible turnaround. Wait for us later, but lazy bear showing some serious upwards momentum. So is the stochastic RSI. So, if SHIB could break that 200 moving average here on the 45-minute chart and find some support above that, maybe we could see it get back in the game. But right now, SHIB really is kind of going sideways and consolidating, cooling off after its massive run. So as much as I'd like to, it's not quite a play yet. Now, looking at some of these alts that recently really have moved and now they're retracing. Algo versus USDT. This sucker took off like a rocket ship to Pluto. Really, really choppy. Beautiful, beautiful pattern here. If we look at the way I did this Fibonacci sequence here, just grabbing, I went just right to the 200 moving average here. I know I can go down here. I can go down here, I guess, if I wanted to, but I'm just going to go right here, or maybe right about here. That makes me happy. I like that. Okay, good spot. We are right here in that glorious 618 pocket. So Algo versus USDT has definitely been making some moves recently. Definitely a nice wick up. This thing is cooling off. If you look at that, we're getting some consolidation. We're getting some power. We're spending some time down here in the 618 pocket. That is not bad. It's beginning to move up. The oscillators are still, it's not where I'd want to enter. I like to enter more of a confirmed uptrend, but it's looking like we're going to head that way because the squeeze indicator starting to show some upwards momentum. Stochastic RSI, wow, if that tangent gets going positive, I'm sorry, not stochastic RSI, but once the tangent of this ADX looks good and we start getting some green on the directional index, I mean, we're in a 618 pocket. That is a glorious bounce zone. And this thing has been, Algo versus USDT has been sparky recently. So Algo versus USDT, that might be a darn good play right this moment. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but I think this thing is going to run again. I think we'll see all the Madrid ribbons here on the Super Guppy indicator, or the Madrid ribbons. You can find it over at bitcoindailyv.com. I think all the EMAs here are going to roll green pretty soon. We're staying above the 200 moving average here on the 45-minute chart, which is pretty tough right now with the volatility of Bitcoin. So Algo versus USDT. I mean, if this thing just went to its previous, crap, I hate when that happens. My least favorite indicator of all of TradingView. Let's see, forecast. If we just made it back up to, the recent highs, I mean, that's like 8%. Not a bad little alt trade, especially on the weekend when things are volatile and the volume's kind of low in the market. Algo versus USDT, maybe a good play. Mana on the 45-minute chart. Definitely, this thing has been moving up like crazy. Indicator still pretty strong. Looks like it could be turn up time for this. Are we going to see a 382 bounce? Could be. We're starting to see some green candle here. So, Mana, at this very moment, might be making a bounce. Something to watch. Could be a good play. Mana, definitely the type of alt right now which is making money. Sand, another one. This guy here made a glorious run up. If we watch this thing, I think that I may not have this fib really drawn perfectly, but I'm going to go with it. You could go down here. That works. I'm going to go just right about, you go here. You know what? Kind of hard for me to really get a feel for it. But after this run down, after this retrace here, I think it's a good spot to stick a fib. It could be heading for a .5 fib bounce, that's very, very possible, or a 618 pocket. Let's watch it. These indicators are still pretty strong, but it's definitely cooling off. So stay another one to watch. Sol versus USDT, for some reason this morning, it's making a big burst. 45-minute chart. You see these strong candles. We got the directional index has turned green. Look at that there. Oh, yeah, the tangent for the ADX is now up. All these indicators are good. Squeeze indicators about to turn green probably. So Sol versus USDT making a move this morning, getting ready to challenge that 200 moving average. It's definitely a player, I think, with especially NFTs and the gas fees for Ethereum for NFTs, and gas fees for Ethereum also in general. Sol is definitely it could give Ethereum quite. It's also decentralized. It could give Ethereum a real challenge. Do not be surprised if Solara does move up into the like top 10. Is it in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap? I need to take a look. Where is its placing right now? Where's Sol? Let's look at the top here. Do I see you in the top 10, Sol? No. Where is Sol? Solara. Where you at? Sorry, it's kind of early morning. I've not had my coffee yet. I just wanted to get out here and just look at the market and see what's going on and share it with whoever happens to watch. Sorry, I'm still tired. Can't focus. Solara is somewhere in here. Here we go. Come on, Sol. Yeah, Solana. Sorry, not Solara. Solana. What's your ranking? I don't see it here. Tired. Sorry. I don't want to waste your time. Where are you at, Solana? There we go. There, I'm sorry, guys, right in front of me. It's number 5. Sorry. Number 5. And it should be. And do not be surprised. I just want to kind of make a wild prediction, especially these top 10. We're going to see a lot of, as this year progresses, as we move towards the end, we close up 2021. I think we're going to see some crazy, it's going to be a battle. The top 10 is going to be, an action-packed place for real. And Doge and Shiba Inu, they're going to be switching back and forth all the time. So with that said, Solana, definitely a player. It's moving this morning. If I was to go down to like the 15-minute, I wonder, chart. Yep, 15-minute chart. Just broke the 200 moving average. We got green Madrid ribbons. These indicators look really darn good. It needs to break above the 200 and the 314, find some support and keep moving. But do not be surprised. I mean, moves like this get made all the time. Like that, you see a little burstiness, but when you're right down the 200 moving average here on the 15-minute chart, like I say, I'm going to watch Solana. Definitely could be a player. It could make some moves this weekend. Definitely some alts are going to. A lot of people are trading Sol versus BTC recently. And if we look here, Sol versus BTC, it's making a similar challenge, of course. It's looking very, very close to challenging that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart. If we can find that and get support above it and support above the 314, we could see some wonderful moves. I mean, if Solana starts moving, it definitely could. I mean, just look at that. Damn, why does it keep happening? Look at that last break we had above the 200 moving average. Now, I'm just going to try to keep you guys so long, but I just want to just take a look at this here. If you look at the last nice, bounce above the 200, so we bounced above the 200 moving average, came down, found support. So if you just look at that last run, damn it, sorry. If I could just remove that stupid I would. So if you just look at our last nice break above, where did we get? Let's see, bring this down here. That's 25%. If you really were kind of following some trading rules that I follow, if you were to have diligently waited kind of until about here, until the Madrid ribbons turned red, and we began getting close to crossing that 200 moving average, could have gotten 17%. I mean, most people probably would have dumped it around here with a trailing take profit. That's 20% you could have made. So anyway, watch Solana because if we get a break above, that's going to be powerful. And this is Sol versus BTC, which is a sweet ass trade. I mean, who doesn't want to make some nice sats? And Sol versus USDT that we were looking at earlier. That last strong break above, it's a beautiful chart right here. That last strong break above, if you were to happen to come in here and let's say get in here where you felt confidence that it was going to work, that's like 26% before it really started turning around. Like I say, most people probably would have, most vigilantes probably would have dumped around here, trailing take profit, but that's 17-20% or so. So anyway, watch this guy. If Solana is getting sparky, well, It might be pretty radical. I'm going to go into it deeper in this week's daily views, but Bow Finance, definitely our shitcoin of the week. Something to check out over on the Uniswap universe. So anyway, everybody, remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, a piece of shit globalist cries. And I'm definitely watching Algo. I think I'm going to hop in, make a position. I'll just be honest with you right now. I'm going to hop in here and get a trailing take profit going because I think this looks good for the weekend. Watch out, everybody. Bitcoin. Oh, look at that. Look at Bitcoin. It's getting sparky. 45-minute chart here. Just got some green here in the directional index. Oh, and look at that. The tangent for the ADX is now upwards. Are we going to see a push here? Are we going to see a nice weekend? I don't know. I'm watching. Everybody, once again, welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. I'm glad you're here for the peaceful revolution. I'm glad you're part of the optimistic belief in humanity's future. And for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, once again, a piece of shit globalist cries. Take care.